Lately, I've been thinking about what makes a person successful, and better still, what does success even mean? Anyway, that's another entirely different topic, but they say you need hard work, the ever elusive talent, and maybe even networking. Yet, what I've often found that nobody really wants to talk about is sheer luck. And if this is the case, then it puts a lot of people out of the running because it's either you're lucky or not, right? And so I found that I began to feel almost hopeless. And it's not exactly something we can control or even buy or create. Yeah, well, that's what I thought until recently when I discovered otherwise. So, what if all we know about luck is a lie? Or better still, half truth? What if luck isn't this esoteric thing we can't achieve? I mean, we often talk about luck as a series of events that happen casually and by chance. And it often seems like a way to explain away why some people are doing better than others. But even worse, it excuses us from attaining those heights. But what if there was a way to stack the odds in our favor? Here's what I mean. So, ever since I was a teenager, I used to think that you can achieve anything you want as long as you were willing to work really hard for it. What I seemed to not realize at the time was how big of a role luck also played, and that feels even more evident in this day and age. I mean, why does a random video or tweet or meme blow up and others don't? You know, if the equation was hard work plus talent plus an unknown variable, which in this case is luck, then it feels impossible to calculate and even more pointless to try. Especially for some of us who like the idea of structure and control to a certain degree. So this is me questioning, which is partly what this channel is about. What if we can create our own luck? Better still, what if a way to increase our chances of lucking out with an endeavor or a creative pursuit is simply to stay with it? I often hear people talk about how consistency is the key, as I'm sure we all have, and in those moments I would turn up my nose because consistency is definitely not the only factor. But here's a theory. What if the longer and harder within reason that we work on something, we increase the chances of luck happening to us? What if sometimes we often give up before luck even gets the shot to visit us? What if consistency really is king? And I don't just mean consistency by doing the exact same thing, but stopping to reevaluate, iterate, and improve within that same field that catches your interest. Now, of course, this doesn't account for the guy that tries something out for the first time and lucks out. I mean, when I was 10 years old, I won an all-expense paid trip out of the country for a full week with about 100 other kids from all over West Africa, and I applied only once, so maybe that was just my luck. And hypothetically speaking, if someone was to try every year it was on and they still didn't get it, would that simply mean they were not fortunate? I'd really like to hear what you think. Now, I'm not saying this magically solves the success equation. This is just a thought experiment. I mean, truth be said, it takes a certain level of courage and fearlessness, which I'm still working on, And this isn't meant to be some sort of motivational speech. As much as I love mindset shifts, with my background knowledge of psychiatry, I also like action, and I think both are very important. So, my main point is to discourage throwing in the towel because 1 or 2 or 10 tries didn't work out. And apart from being a huge shift for me, it's also been a relief, to be honest, because it doesn't then mystify luck and make it seem like this unknown factor. We often hear the success stories of people who have been magnanimously blessed by the gods of Orire, but that's because these stories are sensationalized, and even while they are infinitely more interesting, outliers aren't the majority. Now, it's important to remember that even this is not a guarantee. Maybe luck is really just luck at the end of the day. But I do think that consistency helps to foster luck because it increases your chances. Besides, think about it this way. If you had never tried, we would have never known you were lucky anyway. Anyway, this is just a different angle to look at things. I was going to start this as some sort of series because I do have different angles or ways of seeing things like stress or talent and others, but I guess we'll see how that goes. But please share any thoughts or advice you have about this in the comments. I'd really, really love to hear them. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with a friend or on social media. It really helps me out more than you could ever know. Alright, I will see you in the comment section.
Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be if I leave tonight?